What do these Bayern players have in common? Martinez, Jerome Boateng, Hernandez, Coutinho, and Tolisso. Yes, they all have tattoos. 54% of the team. Same with English champions Man City. Here you have Leroy Sané, Gabriel Jesus, Bernardo Silva, David Silva, Joao Cancelo, Otamendi. All in all, 60% are inked.
Footballers have far more tattoos than the average citizen.
In Germany, 27% of young adults are tattooed. In the UK, 35%. In the US, 40%, but footballers out-tattoo the average guy. 75% of Brazil's 2014 World Cup squad have tattoos. So, it's a footballer's thing.
Why do they get inked so much?
Is it only fashion, or is there more to it? And what is it they tattoo on their bodies? Are footballers the new sailors with angel wings instead of anchors?
I wonder what's behind the tattoo hype.
So hang on, why did sailors get tattooed in the first place? Do you know this guy? Captain James Cook. He was a hell of a traveler, explored the 7 seas and sailed across uncharted areas. Cook left a legacy of knowledge, including, yes, about the tattoo. He introduced the word tattoo to the Western world. In Tahiti, he met strangely painted locals. Cook asked them, "What do you call those things?" They told him tatau, and the damage was done. In Polynesia, tattoos were a rite of passage. They symbolized becoming members of society. Is it the same with footballers today? Bayern's Niklas Süle still looked like a good boy at Hoffenheim's youth academy, but then came the war paint. Did this make him a full member of the tribe of professional footballers?
Ja, ich wollte das immer mal machen, weil ich das als schöne Kunst sehe.
Also, the Iceman was into art. The world's oldest mummy had over 60 tattoos. Scientists claim they were used to relieve pain over 5,000 years ago. US tattoo researcher Lars Krutak says 80% of them were on parts of the body Chinese acupuncture also uses. So do players like Zlatan turn their body into a canvas to alleviate the pain?
Not sure about that. Tattoos probably cannot replace a good physician. Plus, they really hurt, right?
Yeah, it does.
Is it very painful?
Yeah, it is. Depends on the location.
Sports medicine doctors like Ingo Froböse say tattoos are a lot of pain and no gain. Even worse, he claims they decrease performance. According to him, the injected ink harms the liver and kidneys. It has a negative effect on sweating. Recuperation takes longer. Let's ask a tattoo artist.
Not as I know. And I run a lot and I sweat a lot, believe me, and nothing is changed.
Back to Captain Cook.
Many of his men came back from Tahiti with tattoos and started a trend among sailors. Dragons symbolized trips to China, anchors Atlantic crossings. Tattoos became status symbols. At the end of the 1800s, 90% of sailors in the US had tattoos. Chile's national football team would scoff at 90%. Around 99.9% of them have tattoos, based on my personal estimate. Their spiritual tattoo leader, Arturo Vidal, makes you think back to what tattoos meant for a long time: crime and outlaws. But don't think that tattoos were status symbols for lower-class sailors only. In the 19th century, the upper class discovered them. King Edward VII had one, like Tsar Nicholas II or Princess Marie of Orleans. Austrian Empress Elizabeth, nicknamed Sissy, was inked up too, with an anchor. Trends come and go, though. In the biker culture, tattoos were again part of a bad boy image. Skulls. The Grim Reaper. Death on wheels as a symbol of rebellion. Tattoos made them look and feel harder.
Are footballers emulating this historical role model with their tattoos?
Sports psychologists like Dirk Hofmeister say yes, at least partly. Tattoos can help players feel less like being in boot camp. Day after day, footballers are forced into collectivity. They have to wear the same jerseys. Or they are being put into business suits and told what to say and how to behave. Tattoos can give them identity and distinguish them from their bootcamp buddies. They are a means of self-expression. Also, they can give self-esteem, which is beneficial for performance. Players don't just get tattooed, some even tattoo their teammates and their fans, like Austrian Christopher Knitt.
Ich glaube, so ein Fußballer, wenn ein bisschen was hergibt von der Statur her, groß ist und dann noch den Arm voll tätowiert hat, denkt man sich schon gleich einmal, boah, ist ein harter Hund, oder?
Then again, look at footballers from other eras.
No ink. 1970 world champions Brazil. Maradona's Argentina from the 80s. Or West Germany in 1990. Where is the ink? Nowhere to be found. What happened since then?
In the 90s, tattoos became extremely popular, even more popular than in the 19th century.
Tattoos entered the mainstream. Everybody and their mom got one.
The time of tramp stamps had begun.
And the first footballer to catch the tattoo craze was David Beckham. He made them a fashion statement. Tattoos are expensive, especially if they cover most of your body.
Well, let's start with the fact that tattoos, the same as they are painful, they are expensive. Tattoos need to be expensive. Tattoos is not really for everyone. Like, if everyone could do a tattoo, then it wouldn't be that special, that interesting.
Now, footballers are certainly not short on cash. Beckham got 50 tattoos over the last 2 decades. The angel on his back took wing in 2000 and brought tattoos to football heaven. Tattoos proved a great tool in establishing Beckham as a fashion brand. Fashion is not rebellion, though, philosophers say. According to Theodor Adorno, for example, it's almost the opposite. He claims the culture industry gives you the illusion of choice. Trouble is, it's the freedom to always choose the same thing. Tattoos as a uniform?
Oh well, we're in hot waters now, but it is partly true for footballers and their tattoos.
Beckham's wings did not fly alone. 2006 world champion Marco Materazzi took off too. And many other players followed. Even undiscovered talent Justin Bieber.
So is it all just a trend?
In a lot of cases, yes, says London-based tattoo artist Lael Hardy. He has inked stars like Cesc Fabregas and Kevin Prince Boateng. Hardy says there is not a huge amount of diversity in styles. Footballers' tattoos often don't step outside the comfort zone.
But what do footballers actually get tattooed on their bodies?
A classic started by Beckham is the names of family members. He has his wife's name written in Sanskrit on his arm, in misspelled Sanskrit, but shit happens. Lionel Messi has his son's name tattooed on his leg. Jerome Boateng has 21 family members engraved on his skin. This can also go wrong, though. John Stones once inked his girlfriend's face on his arm. They broke up later.
Tattoos act as a sort of confirmation. Yes, we belong together.
Ink also signifies milestones in players' lives. Leroy Sané has a huge tattoo on his back depicting himself scoring a goal in Champions League. Dortmund star Marco Reus wears his birth date around the pitch.
So that he doesn't forget it.
In der Regel sind es ziemlich ähnliche Tattoos. Ganz viel religiöse Sachen, viel familiäre Sachen und ja, ich glaube, das ist so der Trend.
Argentina's Lavezzi has Jesus inked on his chest and another religious classic, the gun, at least next to a rosary. Ex-Liverpool star Daniel Agger tattooed death is certain, but the hour is not on his back. A song by rap star Tupac inspired another trending tattoo. Only God Can Judge Me. Mesut Özil, Ibrahimovic and Jerome Boateng have it.
What's up with all that drama? Psychologists have a simple answer. Tattoos give meaning and they express hope.
It's not easy to find what you're looking for on Sergio Ramos's back. If you search hard enough, though, you'll find the slogan, "The spirit of the dead lies in the memory of those alive." Each day I come closer to the home where I was born. That's what Tottenham player Toby Alderweireld's biceps tells you. One of his tattoos depicts the cathedral of his hometown, Antwerp. References to the home or the ancestral land are found on many footballers' skins. Best seen on the Boatengs, who sport Ghana and the Berlin telephone area code.
Wenn es dann einmal passiert ist, dass man das erste Tattoo hat oder das zweite, ist schon zu spät, weil dann hängt man so schwer in der Sucht Tätowieren drin, dass man gar nicht mehr aufhören kann oder aufhören will.
Not all players on the planet can indulge in the tattoo craze, though. In Japan, for example, tattoos are frowned upon. There, they have become associated over time with the equivalent of the country's mafia, despite Japan's long tradition of inking. Too bad for tattooed English player Jay Bothroyd, currently under contract in Japan. At least he won't have to explain the connection between love, guns and hand grenades.
Let's also not forget that there are also players who just do not have tattoos.
Prominent examples are Ronaldo, Harry Kane and Mats Hummels. Ronaldo says he's a blood donor and cannot get tattoos. Harry Kane is still heeding his dad's long-standing advice not to do it. Hummels calls himself not quite the tattoo type. Are they not the real football individualists of our time? We saw that footballers get tattooed for many reasons: faith, status, identity, fashion and self-expression among them. Every tattoo is unique and so am I, seems to be the message. Still, if everybody gets one and if many tattoos are kind of the same, is that not like a new kind of uniform? What's next? A revival of the good old mullet from the 80s? Or will the moustache come back to football pitches? Until then, footballers will get tattoos.
Like 100 years back, when sailors reached the ports of the world with their arms inked, players will continue sporting colorful imagery from their head down to their toes. So, what's the name of this fruit?
Fig.